What?
Hey guys, Coach Ben here, BigPunches.com. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the incline press. All right, I've been getting a lot of messages. Hey Coach Ben, can you go over the incline press for me? When can we use that? The form behind it. So why don't first I just go over kind of the technique on the incline press. All right guys, so this is similar to if you were going to do an extended range of motion type of press, like a feet up, a Duffalo bar. You got to be kind of careful with what your shoulder mobility will allow. All right, and if you've actually done this move in the past anytime relatively soon. Because if you haven't and you've been doing a lot of competition style setup, really short range of motion, hey guys, if you don't train big range of motion, you're going to lose it because you're just not training through it anymore. So you got to be careful with an incline press because you can really kind of beat up your shoulders with it. So for the frequency that you're using it, you have to understand, are you even capable of being in that position safely? Or are you, the weight actually taking you through a range of motion, you don't have strength in yet. So you want to approach it. You don't want to be a tough guy. Stay light with this, guy, especially if you haven't done it for a while. That's the biggest advice I can give you, is stay light with this until you build up strength in it, or else it is going to rip you apart, okay? So, all right, you don't want it too high. I know some commercial gym settings, you're stuck with what you got. So in this scenario, it's a little bit high for me. You'll see I have to reach up. But all the same principles remain the same here when we're talking benching. We still want a good rooting to the floor. All right, we still want to be active through our hips. We want to be just sitting here like dormant. All right, we don't want to be in this position. A lot of movement. You can wiggle me around. Okay, we want to be firm. Right, we want to be pushing out like on our knees here, pushing out, getting our glutes activated. All right, now it feels like I'm kind of hovering above the pad rather than just sitting dormant in the pad. All right, so I want to get that type of sensation. I'm still working on my bracing, my breathing. All right, so everything kind of remains the same. You're just in a little bit different positions. All right, so I take my grip to the bar, whatever it may be. Close grip, I'd hesitate, stay away from, because again, you're already going through such an excessive range of motion. I would just take a normal grip to the bar. All right, about there for me. All right, so when you unrack, you can see I kind of pulled myself into my shoulders. You can see that elevation. Well, we're looking to get our shoulders packed down again. So you can see where this bar started and where I end up with it, two very different places. Right? I have to pack down again with my shoulders to stay safe. I don't want to hang out my shoulders. So you can see the bar started up here. When I pack down and settle, I'm down here. Big difference there, okay? Now where I'm going to touch, about the top of my collarbone. So I'm not going to have the same touch point that I bench, or all this weird shit's going to happen. And then it's going to roll down to my ball sack, and I'm going to have a big issue. All right? I don't want that. So I got to come down here right near the top of the chest, near the collarbone. All right, that's a nice safe touch point for me. The important thing, look again at my forearms, guys. The alignment. Your forearms are the cannon. Boom, right there. Boom. So I'd have an issue if I was like this, not aligned, or like this, not aligned. That's an issue. Okay, we need that alignment. All right, and I'm just coming through this range. I'm keeping my shoulders pinched, tucked. It's all the same stuff, guys. Nothing really changes. Just the position we put ourselves in. All right, I'm just safely working through this range of motion. Bar path's a little more up and down, but I'm still getting a press back. I'm not pressing straight out in front. That would be an issue if I pressed out here. I'm still pressing back over my shoulders. All right, albeit a very slight bar path back, but it's still there. Okay, so real simple, guys. All the same things remain the same. Frequency, again, depends on how used you are to the exercise. If you don't train it often, don't do it too frequent. Do it a couple weeks on. You typically run my lifters through 4-week cycles, so we'll do it for 4 weeks, but I like to see a slow build up. All right, if it's prescribed 6 reps, don't do a 6-rep max. That's the worst thing you could do. Do something that's very comfortable for 6. All right, do something that's on the side of an RPE 6 or 7. Especially new exercises, guys. I can't stress that enough. You need to build up strength in those new movements. All right, we can get heavier with this, most definitely, but it's going to take time. All right, it's like an overhead press. Tough movement to go through at first. If we build it up appropriately, that's when we can start getting into rep maxes, 1 rep maxes, testing our strength there. Same with the incline, guys. Big thing though, don't load this up too early, and make sure you keep your shoulders packed down. All the same things that we talk about in the bench. All right, so I hope that covers it for you. If you have any other questions on incline, you could drop them down in the comments below. But that's pretty much it, guys, on the incline in terms of the technique behind it, when to use it. I do think it's a great way to develop your upper body, more isolative. All right, so really targeting more just upper body in general. It's a great variation for that, to throw in for a new stimulus. And it's a great way to work your shoulder, especially if you are in a setting maybe you can't overhead. Ceiling's too low, which happens a lot of time, basement gyms. All right, incline's a great way to work around that, still get some shoulder development. You can even turn it into more of like a seated overhead. But I think the incline is a great movement to throw in. I prefer a little more of the overhead press, but incline's awesome, guys. Coach Ben here, and you know where to find me on an incline.